Okay. You are on. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. Sorry. I'm putting the girls to bed. It's just like way less hectic if they are not by my side during this.
That's why I do 9 o'clock. My kids are usually in bed by 8:30, and I'm like, I can't do this when they're awake.
I know. And I realized, like, when you had said 9 o'clock, I was like, oh, sweet. The kids will be in bed. And then I'm like, oh, shit. It's 9 o'clock her time.
Yeah.
But usually, I had like a billion kids at my house. So there's like towels and kids' bathing suits like everywhere. So. And like little boys' underwear that I'm literally on. And I don't even have any boys. Gross. Okay. So hold on. I got to move these towels. All right. So I'm not even going to. Okay. What have you covered so far?
I just kind of went over what was announced today, but I think the purpose of what I wanted you on here for was, one, it's the beginning of the month, so I wanted to hype everybody up. You are the queen of, like, no excuses because of your story, and there's a couple of new people on here. You need a greens too? Go tell Daddy and he can get you one.
I thought they were bed. What?
Well, the one's older. He's...
Oh, yeah, Mason.
He's playing Xbox right now, but you're the queen of just, like, that you cannot have an excuse when you hear Tina's story. And just your journey with the business. You've been at Triple Diamonds for a while, and some people are kind of getting caught up on not promoting as fast as they would like, or vice versa. So just kind of go on a rant.
Okay. So I'm just going to, all right, the first thing I want to talk about, I'm not even going to talk about any of the big bonuses that are coming out. I'm not going to talk, about your future with It Works. I want to know, like, who is in this to make $300 a month right now? Like, if you don't have a paycheck of $300, raise your hand. You can raise your hand because I know there are more of you that on this that don't have $300 paycheck. Okay. All right. So basically, when I started my business, that's what I needed $300 extra dollars. And I was going to do whatever the hell I had to do to get $300 a month for my family. So I started my business needing $300, and it ended up needing, like, once I got that 300, I'm like, oh my God, now I needed 1,000. And then, my daughter, I don't know if you guys even know this, but my daughter got sick. I'm sorry. I look like a hot mess. And I look like I'm naked, but I'm not. Okay. So my daughter had a lot of crazy medical issues when she was a baby. And it happened right after I started my business. So, like, when I started my business, I needed that $300 because I was at home. I wasn't in nursing school. I had just had a baby. I was going back to nursing school, and I was, like, banking on my GI Bill money that I got every month. But, like, for that time being, right after I had the baby, I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, we're not getting that extra money from school, and I need it. And so I was like, all right, I might as well. I wanted the wraps, and I got the wraps. And then I was like, all right, these things work. And if I want these, I know that there's a million people out there that want these as well. So I'm going to take advantage of it. And I said, Ashley, these wraps worked for me. Not the first one, not the second one, but the third one hit me. And I said, I want to make money, and you need to help me because, like, we are in need of money. And the number one reason why I think this business was put into my life was my cousin. I'm from Massachusetts, and my husband and I met in the Army, and I moved to Nebraska, where Brian is from. So I was 1,600 miles away from home, and I was like 7 months pregnant, and my cousin passed away back in Massachusetts. And I got a phone call one morning, and it was, we found Sean. He overdosed. And this is a cousin that I grew up with, and we were very, very close. He overdosed on heroin. We were like 7 months apart, grew up together, had the same teachers, same friends, everything. And I get this phone call, and I'm like, what the hell? So I could have gone home. I was pregnant and I had Emma, which wasn't even 18 months old. And then I was almost having another baby. And I could have gone by myself to go home to the funeral, but it would have been dangerous. I wanted, we could have hopped in the car and gone, and it was a 26-hour drive, which wouldn't be fun being that far along. And I ended up not being able to go because I said, the doctor's like, if your husband's not going with you, you're not going because you're not flying by yourself and you're not driving by yourself when you're this far along. And I was like, I don't have the money to send my husband with me. There's no way. And to this day, I will never forgive myself for not being able to be at my cousin's funeral and be with my family during that time. So a month and a half later, I had my daughter. And she was perfectly healthy. This was my second daughter. Then I started my business, or Ashley added me on Facebook, like right after I had Anna. And we had talked and I was like, yeah, I want what you're selling. I want, like, I just had 2 C-sections in less than 2 years and I need what you have. So I had talked to her for a long time and I made excuses and, my husband won't let me do this. My husband doesn't want me to. And I blamed my husband who had no idea about any of this. And I lied to her. And I was with another direct sales company before this. And I just didn't think that I wanted to do this. I wanted to just buy the product. And I'm like, I really can't spend the money just to buy product for myself. Finally, we talked. I said, screw it. I maxed out a credit card, bought the distributor kit, used 3 of those wraps in it. And after that third wrap, I was like, okay, you can add me to whatever team pages you have and you can tell me how to do this because now I need to share this with other people. I had a ton of friends that were moms and I'm like, this is going to help so many of my friends. So whatever, I did what I had to do. Then a few months after I started my business, my daughter went cross-eyed, the baby. So the perfectly healthy baby went cross-eyed. Then 2 weeks later, her eye straightened out. She went back to normal. She had an MRI. She had a CT. She had all these things, like my little tiny baby.
I cry every time you tell a story, so don't make
I
me
know,
cry.
and I'm trying like not to, but so then after that, it's the like passing out that freaks me out. Then when she was 6 months old, she passed out and she was like, she turned totally blue. And I was just like holding her in my arms and my husband was at work. He worked for the government and he was at work. She turned completely blue and was like lifeless. And I just sat there and I held her in my arms for like, it felt like it was like an hour long, but of course it wasn't that long. And she was just totally stiff as a board. It was like she was dead. And I remember just sitting, I just collapsed on the floor with her in my hands. And I'm like, holy shit. I have a dead baby in my arms. And she was completely stiff, like laying in my arms. And I got up, I walked into the living room, opened the front door because I was either going to throw up or pass out when I needed some air. And she was still totally out. And then, like I said, I was in nursing school. So we had just, I had my CPR, my infant CPR and first aid. And I started giving her CPR. And I did a bunch of compressions. And then I was not counting. I'm going to be completely honest. I was just like, on a chest. With my fingers. If you don't know infant CPR, I suggest if you have an infant to go and make sure you get your infant CPR because it's something that you would never even think about and you wouldn't think that it would happen to your own kid. But I was just thankful that I had learned that because in the military, when I was in the military, we didn't learn infant CPR. We knew CPR, but we didn't know infant. Mm-hmm. So thank God for nursing school. And I gave her CPR and gave her one breath and she finally choked. Like she was like, and like came back to life. And then after that, she started doing it more often, probably every week or something. So then we were just constantly in the hospitals and everything, over and over. I mean, every week we'd be in the hospital for something new. Then when she was 10 months old, it happened again. She went in for more testing. They sent us up to Children's Hospital in Omaha. And her and I spent the night. And then the next day they said her blood counts are really low. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And they're like, we took blood because before an MRI, like it was like her third MRI or something, of her brain. They said we have to take blood work, but her blood counts are really low, like to the point that she can't be in public. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So we were in the hospital for a week and they still like didn't know what was going on. And I remember just being like, okay, I was like 6 months into my business at this. No. I was over 6 months. It was like maybe 7 or 8 months into my business. And I'm like, I know that this business is real. And I know I'm going to need a hell of a lot more money now because my husband was out of work because he was at home with Emma, who was she wasn't even 2 years old. And he had to take leave without pay from work. And so we weren't getting paid. Like the only income we had was what little he was working, and him being home with Emma, his paychecks were very minimal. And then I had it work. And so we were getting all these hospital bills, and we were already, going through bankruptcy because we just had a bunch of shit go on. Like when he was younger, he had a bunch of crazy bills. Like he got a truck repoed like 15 years ago or something crazy. He broke his jaw when he was drunk when he was like 20. So that was another $18,000. We had over $80,000 in debt, and I was like, Brian, we can't freaking pay this. Like, I'm literally drained. I don't even know what to do. We have all these hospital bills coming in, and with my first diamond check, we paid the lawyer to put our bankruptcy through, and finally went to court in our bankruptcy. We cleared out all of his old debt and her hospital bills. And then of course now, she keeps having crazy bills. Because they still have, she's been to 7 different hospitals. She went up to Massachusetts and has been 4 different hospitals up in Boston, and they still don't really, it's kind of like a very strange situation. They don't know what's wrong with her. So 7 hospitals altogether, we still don't know. So basically that's when I said, okay, I had gone back to nursing school, and we were up at Children's Hospital, and I called them and I said, I know I'm supposed to be at clinical, but I'm in the hospital with my daughter. They told me that she's going to need a bone marrow biopsy because her white blood count is as low as a chemo patient. And I don't know what's going on from here. And they just, I pulled myself from the nursing program. I was halfway through, and I was like, I have to be home with my daughter. This was very unexpected, and you can have a healthy baby and a healthy child, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, like you have no idea what can happen. And that hit me like really hard one day when she woke up from a nap and she was completely cross-eyed, and I'm like, oh, all hell's breaking loose. And then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And to this day, she has a lot of behavioral issues now, and a lot of issues. And she still has a million doctors, and they still don't really know what's going on. But because of all the stuff she's been through since she was 4 months old, she has a lot of shit. My phone's gonna die. Hold on. Issues with her behavior and anxiety and everything. So hold on. I gotta go get my charger.
How long did you and Ashley talk before you?
Oh my God, forever. I was like, asshole. Okay, so like I said, I kept lying to her just because I was just nervous. Like I was just nervous. So she would message me, and I'm like, I was very nice. Like I wasn't rude to her, and I'm glad that she kept messaging me because it kept me, thinking oh, this girl really does care about me, this
Mm-hmm.
this. Even though she's just following up, now I know, but the more she messaged me, it was the more it was I felt like it was being put in my life for a reason. So every time she would message me, I'm like, oh, what can I say now? How can I get out of this? And then I realized one day I'm like, you know what? There's a reason why she keeps messaging me. She wants to help me. And this girl didn't just add me. I didn't have any friends on Facebook. I had just made a Facebook a year, not a year before. And so I was like, there's, you know, I knew there was a reason why. And I'm very like, I'm not like super like religious or anything, but I'm like, you know, I grew up Catholic and I should be a lot better than I am. But I just, you know, I just felt like my cousin had just passed away. And then all of a sudden, like this girl off a breastfeeding page, like I'm not even an outgoing person enough to like be friends with people on a breastfeeding page, but she like added me, and I don't know. I just felt like every time she messaged me, she was there for a reason. And like and I just kept telling myself like, Sean is doing this because I couldn't go to his frigging funeral. He's putting this chick in my life. And then everything went, it's like, it all lined up. Everything went bad with Anna, like 4 months or 5 months later. And it was just like, holy crap. Like Sean passed away. Ashley added me on Facebook right after Sean passed away. Sorry. So he passed away like the beginning of February. I had Anna in March, and then she added me right after I had Anna. And it was like, he did this because I kept thinking in my head, like, oh my God, I should have been there. I should have been there for my parents. I should have been there for my aunt. I should have been there for all my cousins. Like, our family is very, very close. And so every day I was just like, this chick just came into my life, and it was Sean. Like, I'm just weird. I don't know. So basically I was like, it was a sign from God that I needed this chick in my life. Don't know who she is, whatever. Didn't believe a word she was saying, used a credit card so that, you know, because it wasn't PayPal. So it wasn't like, I was like, it's not secured. Like, oh my God, you can take my bank account information. You can take my whatever. And I didn't want to do the 3-month commitment, but I wanted to use their apps. So I just went with the distributor kit, and I was like, all right, you know what? If it works, then it works. And no pun intended, it worked. And so I just felt like, you know, that was placed in my path. Like, Ashley added me, and I knew all of my friends on Facebook, but for some reason this chick added me on Facebook, and I accepted it, and I talked to her, and every time she came back, I'm like, okay, Sean, I'll do it. Like, one day I will do it after I keep lying to her, you know? And then I just maxed out a credit card because we didn't have any money. Like, Brian was just like, okay, Tina, whatever, go do this. You have no idea what you're doing. But he, you know, he's always supported me, even though he might not believe in things. Like, he's always been like, okay, you know better, you know? I always get packages. I don't even know what they are. He just handed me this. You can open it. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is you have no idea what's going to happen in your life, okay? Not a clue. But when my daughter her eye turned in, and she, you know, she went cross-eyed that day, I'm like, ooh, this is not normal. And it can only get worse from here. And I just, you know, I was like, something bad's going to happen. And I just had a feeling like it was just going to get worse. And it did. And I swear that's why my business was put in my life, like the exact time that it was, because I had already started a little bit, and, you know, I got my followers up, and I was making that $100 a month and whatever. And it was $100. Like, that's a couple bucks of diapers.
I think one of the things that like sticks out to me is when you tell your story is that like you were sitting in the hospital bed with her, holding her, but you were on your phone and working your business, because that's how your bills were going to get paid, and what you had to do. Like, it was no excuses.
Yeah. See, Brian was at home with Emma, and, you know, I was, like I said, what? Okay. Okay. Love you. Okay.
Is Brian wearing that little boy's underwear that you were talking about that you have?
Yeah, and they have little skid marks in them.
You showing everybody my superhero undies?
They're cute, Brian.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so just like what you were saying, if you have a sick child, if you have a sick parent, if you are sick yourself, no, there are nights that you don't All you do is worry. And when Anna was hooked up to an IV for like ever, she was a baby. Like I was just holding my baby and I'm like, I don't give a shit about sleep right now. Like I was delirious. I was in a deep depression and literally I had her on my chest and she was just laying there and we couldn't go anywhere because she was hooked up to the IV and she was in isolation because her blood counts were so low. So we couldn't even leave the room. And I mean, I could have just slept. I could have just rocked her and slept and, you know, scrolled through stupid random crap on my phone. But instead I'm like, I'm making money. Screw this. For every distributor that I sign, I'm getting them 2 loyal customers and I'm getting my bonuses. Those $100 bonuses, there were weeks that I would get like $700 on a Thursday. That's not even our paychecks. And so that's why we used to have the $120 in free product. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're getting into this, what they just came out with today. Hey, love you. So when they came out with the $100 shopping spree today, I was like, oh my God.
I was so stoked. Like, thank God it came back.
And some people were pissed off. Okay. Some people were aggravated and they're like, well, I didn't get that when I signed up. And I'm like, that's fine because all these people that you're going to sign up and you're going to grow your team, those people are going to be pushing themselves to get their 4 loyal customers to get their $100 and you're going to get a $100 bonus. Mm-hmm. Because for every distributor that you sign up, if they get fast start qualified, get their 2 loyal customers in their first month, like they're pushing for 4 so they can get their $100, right? Their $100 product credit. Okay. You are going to get $100 too. But instead of you only getting that $100 shopping spree, you could sign 3 distributors and get $300 just by getting them fast start qualified, just by teaching them how to add people and post on social media. Like if you guys signed up 3 distributors this week and each one of those was pushing to get their 4 loyal customers so they can get their shopping spree, you are going to get a $100 bonus for each one of them next Friday. And so that's what you guys need to be thinking about. You don't need to be thinking about, well, I didn't get that. That sucks. No, but you're going to get $100 next week. When you sign up this distributor, they get their 4 loyal customers, you're getting a $100 bonus. Instead of doing your $100 shopping spree, you could get $500 because this is going to make people want to join your team. This is an incentive for new distributors so that they can start themselves up instead of us placing all these loyal customers to build people up and them not learning how to get their own loyal customers. This is amazing for you guys. Like this
and it just gives us another reason to like reach out to all of our old potentials again and be like, hey, just a heads up, this is what's going on this month.
Exactly. Like it's always just getting better. And they haven't had this in so long. And I've been waiting for them to do an incentive for new distributors. And I'm like, all right, enough with this. Okay, enough with like the, $10,000 bonus. Like, let's see real money right now. Like, let's see the shopping spree happen like next week. And it's something that they can achieve so easily.
Yeah.
By reaching out to their close personal friends and family. It doesn't make any sense for you guys to be doing it for them. Like, I mean, of course you're going to build your own business because that's what we do. But for you to be placing, loyal customers under these people and not showing them how to get their own loyal customers, it's not going to do you any good. You need a team. You need to, I say it, okay. You need to promote. If you want to make money, you need to promote. And some of you guys, like, you start your business, you're like, I need $200. All right, let's do it. We can do that. Some of you sign up and you're like, I need $5,000 stat. And I'm like, well, then you need to be doing the work to get that $5,000 because it doesn't just come. It just doesn't freaking come. Okay. That $100 shopping spree might come for you because you're working, you're getting a few loyal customers, but nobody's going to hand you $5,000. Okay. No one's going to hand you $5,000 for not working. Like, okay, I'm not even going to bring that up actually because like we're recorded and I know I'll probably
I think we're just stuck in a world, and it's not just this business in general, but people are at a point in time in this world where they want the most amount of money for the least amount of work.
Exactly.
That's what everybody's looking for. And that doesn't happen here. And I compare this story. I used to work in the library at my college because I had like a full like medical schedule. And I'm talking like 18, 19 credit hours plus working 16 hours in the library. But the library allowed me to study once I got my work done. So that's why I worked there. Made like minimal money, but it was money. But anyways, like I am a perfectionist at my job. I don't half-ass anything. And so I became very close friends with my boss because I did my job like 100% until this day. Like I graduated in 2012. She will message me and be like, Caitlin, like we just got a whole bunch of new student workers. And she's like, I miss you. I wish we had like 10 of you. And it's crazy because I got paid the same amount as the person who did jack shit at their job. Like we had the same job, the same hours, and they didn't do their job and they still got paid. And so you get paid in this business what you're worth. All the hard work and stuff that you put in, you get paid. Nowhere else can you go and work really, really hard and become a millionaire in like 3 years.
Exactly. Okay, so that's where I'm going to get into this. So I started this business. I needed it. I ran so hard. It didn't matter what was going on in my life. It did not matter. Like my daughter, we like literally thought she was on her deathbed. Like her blood counts were at 0, which means that she can't fight off any infection. Couldn't leave the house. You know, it was horrifying. She would just pass out randomly and they're like, we don't know. Neurologists, like the neurosurgeon, which is a brain surgeon, which goes to school for like 18,000 years. They came up to me and they said, your daughter is very interesting and you don't want to be interesting to a neuro team. We've run out of options in Nebraska, blah, 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 whatever. And so I was like, all right, well, thanks, you know. So they didn't even know what was going on with my daughter. But the one thing I knew that was going to happen is that I was going to promote. It didn't matter what was going on in my life because my daughter needed that. My daughter needed to get to Massachusetts, and I was going to do whatever the hell I had to do to get her up to Children's in Boston because I didn't give a shit who was going to tear me down. Oh, those wraps don't work. I'm like, I don't really care if they work or not for you. Like, enjoy your cheeseburger. I am going to make sure that I find people who, hold on a second. I thought he left. Hang on. Kind of weirded out. Oh, bye. Shit. So I just like, you know, it didn't matter to me. I had my sister was telling me like, what the hell are you getting yourself into? Like, all you do is post these annoying things on social media. And I was like, just watch me. I'm like, I don't, you know, I was making like $36. I don't even know if I had a paycheck yet when she said that. And she's like, gosh, those are so annoying. Like, I don't want to see on my news feed some fat chick like, and I'm like, okay, well, just watch me. Just watch me. Like, I'm going to be successful. I don't care. I didn't know Ashley. I didn't know Jade. I didn't know any of these people. I was like, random girl met people on freaking Facebook and was like posting the pictures of people's bellies. And I'm like, I don't care what people say. Like, I would laugh with them. And especially my sisters. Like, I had 2 of my sisters were like, Tina, come on. Like, I'm going to block you. I'm like, go ahead. Or you can just sit here and watch me because I promise you I'm going to be successful. I had no clue what I was talking about. They're like, what does that do? I'm like, I have no idea, but it works. No, it didn't matter to me because I knew that I needed it. I'm like, I did not care about one person's opinion. Like, not even my husband. Okay. My husband's like, Tina, you're getting like a little too insane about this. And I'm like, Brian, shut your mouth. Okay. The door's right there. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. If you don't like it, leave. I would not let anyone get in my head because I was like, one thing I do know is my daughter's going to go to Boston because the doctors in Nebraska are not the smartest things in the freaking world. And so what I did, I promoted to Double Diamond. Well, I obviously went, I promoted through the ranks, but Double Diamond is where I was like, if I go Double Diamond, that's when I can buy me and my family tickets to get to Boston, and we can stay there for a month. Brian took work off. We didn't have to pay. He didn't have to worry about his leave. Like, we just had to go. This was my income. I'm like, you can get fired from your job, whatever. Like, we have to go. Our daughter needs this. And that's exactly what we did. We picked up and we left in June, and I promoted to triple diamond that month in Massachusetts. Like, was losing my mind, driving to and from Boston to my parents' house. Like, it was insane. We had appointments with neurology, with the cancer hospital there. What is it called? We had so many appointments, and I was like, I'm promoting to triple diamond this month, and I don't give a shit what happens. And I remember being at my mom's with all my charts like spread out. My mom's like, what is this? Like, this is a job? I'm like, just, yeah, it's okay. Just,
How long did it take you to go triple?
13 months. I went triple.
Okay, you guys. So look at something real quick. Tina took 13 months to go triple, which is pretty fast, and that's really impressive. Been in this business. I know. I've been in this business for 20 months tomorrow. Okay. I'm a diamond. And I've been sitting at diamond now. It took me 5 months to go diamond the first time. I kept it for 3 months, lost it, got paid as a ruby for 13 months, and got diamond back. And I've been paid as diamond for the last 3 months since I've had it again. And here I am. I'm not even double yet. Now, Tina's story is a little bit different, but she went triple really fast. And then how long ago was it that you went triple?
Like 8 years ago. That's kind of where I'm getting at now is, I went triple diamond. I was like, I'm on top of the world. I don't need anything else. Like, yeah, the doctors still don't have a clue. But I'm a triple diamond. Like, if she needed something else, we're okay. Like, my husband got to quit his job a year later. I still waited a year. I hate him being home. It's just not for us. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's so nice having Brian home. But I was like, you need a job because I'm not having a fifth child or having children. It's been hard. And, my depression got really like bad when he quit, and I don't know. It's a lot. So full-time family was great for a little while. Then like after a year, I was like, you got to do something. So I'm like, just focus on school, do what you want, whatever, just get the hell out of here. And so he did. And I love him to death. Brian he's like the biggest supportive husband, best husband ever. But like, I need my space. I don't know. I'm weird. So anyways, but when I went triple diamond, it's because I needed it. Okay. Let me just get this straight. I went diamond in 6 months, double diamond in 10, triple diamond in 13, okay? 13 months. That was June of 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago that I went triple diamond. So I've been triple diamond, and I lost it for like 2 months. And then, I picked back up, and like, I have been so complacent with triple diamond because I felt like I just didn't need more. And that's in my head because I could absolutely be presidential. If I said I need presidential diamond, that is what I need. That is where I need to be at. Guess what I would do? I would go presidential diamond because I would do whatever the hell I had to, just like what I was doing when I went diamond, double diamond, and triple diamond. But because I'm complacent and I have, we live a pretty freaking good life right now. And I just, I got complacent. But when I needed that, and I knew my family needed that, and my husband hated his job, I was like, I'm going to do what I need to do to get you out of that job and our baby up in Boston. And, since then, I've just been like complacent. I mean, you make $16,000 a month. You feel like you don't need more. Okay. So when I was making $300 a month, I'm like, bull crap. I need so much more than this. I need 10,000. I need, 12,000. And then it just kept going up. And now I'm getting back to the point that I'm like, wait, I deserve more. My kids deserve more in their college funds. My husband deserves to be able to go and, well, I guess he did get his braces, but he deserves to be able to go and do his stupid triathlons that like fit people do every week if that's what he wants to do. Like, we do deserve more. We don't just deserve to be stuck in this one spot forever. And I got that, like, seriously, it was like a week ago that it finally hit in my head, like, what the hell are you doing, Tina? You've been sitting at the same rank. But it's because I obviously didn't need it bad enough to go presidential. I didn't need it bad enough. When I wanted my executive, you can bet your ass I was talking to my friends like, do this with me. They're like, do what with me? I'm like, I don't even know. Just do it with me. Like, it's fun. We're on a team page. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Do it with me. And that's exactly what happened. I had friends join my business, and they had no clue what they were doing either. And we just like learned together. And I made it fun. People made fun of me and I laughed with them. I'm like, ah, ha, ha. Like, yeah, that girl needs a rap, whatever. Okay. I was making fun of people. Really nice. But, like, I needed it. And if you need it and you're telling us that you need this amount of money, you need $300, then why aren't you making it?
That's what happened with me and Diamond. I got complacent at Diamond. And I know you warned us about it too. Like, I know you've said several times, don't get complacent in your business, but my husband and I are at a point with his paycheck and my Diamond paycheck / his It Works paycheck. Like, we're good. Like, and that's what's been holding me back. Like, I don't feel like I deserve that much money going double. And I'm finally like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to just go. And I can feel that this month is going to be so huge. I don't know what it is. I just know that this is going to be a crazy month. So I'm glad they announced what they did announce.
I am so glad, because conference is coming, and everyone knows conference will pump you up. Conference is just like, it doesn't matter if you are even there or not. Like, just that, hearing the videos and watching it on watching it on TV if you can't make it, it's like they want us to be successful. And yes, I did tell you guys, don't get complacent. It sucks. Don't get complacent. It sucks. But then we're thinking about it, and I'm like, why can't we do more? Why don't we want this more for our teams? Why don't we want these people, okay, we're not doing the work. So we lose rank. And then we're like, oh shoot. Like, it really is how much you work. Okay. Your paychecks are going to drop if you're not working. You cannot think that, signing 4 loyal customers in 1 month is going to pay you $16,000. It's not going to. It's having a team. It's building relationships with your team. It's being best friends with your teammates. And it's teaching them what they need to do. It's teaching them how to become a leader, teaching them how to get 4 loyal customers. You guys, this freaking business, I literally did the math. Brian and I together, okay, $700 a day we get paid to sit on our patio in our hot tub or to sit on my patio and watch my kids play on their $500 stupid water slide that they don't need, or to be at the zoo. Like, today we went to the zoo. Like, I'm getting paid $700 a day to be able to do whatever the hell I want to do, because I needed this business. And when I said I needed it, I did the work that went with the business to get to where I.
And I think, and another point too is, like, I think you can get to Diamond by yourself, because I did. I definitely went Diamond by myself. Yeah. But past that, you guys have to be in this business for other people. Once you start putting your team first and helping them be successful, then that will come back to you and help you be even more successful. But if you're in this business for yourself, which we all are when we start, because we're like, I joined because I need money. Like, we are selfish in the beginning, but you're going to get to a point in time in your business where you're like, okay, I got to be in this to help other people. And once you start making it about other people, things start to fall in place, I think.
And you're going to get happier for, like, right now, like, I'm set. I have what I want. I don't need, my mom's like, what do you want for Mother's Day? What are you doing getting me a Mother's Day gift, first of all? And I don't want anything, because I don't need anything. Because if I need it, I go get it. And I'm like, I have everything that I want. But then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, but my friend who just signed up as a distributor needs this more than anything. So what do I need to do? I need to help her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, single mom, 3 little boys. That's who I need to be helping. And that's where you kind of get, like, I don't know, it's like you're passionate about their business more than your own business. You're passionate about someone else's promotion more than you were about your own promotions. It's so weird. Like, I cried more for freaking my distributor's promotions than I do for my own. I mean, maybe because it was 2 years ago and I've been sitting at the same spot. Like, yes, you will sit at a rank for a while, because people are going to quit. They're not going to see that it's a lot of work. But is it hard work? Like what I do for $700 a day is a lot freaking different than what somebody else is doing for $700 a day. Not even a stripper or a whore or anything like that makes $700 a day, okay? And I get to post on social media and add people. Like, it's not difficult, okay? It's work. It's a lot of work. It's time consuming. But if you don't make time for it, then you're not going to make a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think for a second that somebody else is going to do this for you, you might as well quit now, because they can do it for you. But as soon as they say, okay, you're not, like, now you have to step up and be a leader, and you're like, I don't know how you did it all for me. What are you going to do? Your distributor that you helped is going to quit if you don't make a leader out of them. They're going to quit, and then your business is going to go down. You have to be a leader on this. Like, and you don't have to have any distributors under you to be a leader. All these people on here right now are sidelines, uplines, downlines of yours. They're still your teammates. They might not be under you on your chart, but are they your teammates? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could you help them? Mm-hmm. Answer questions? Okay, then why aren't you posting life posts about, I'm so excited that I'm on, a Zoom meeting and I'm helping my team. Like, who knows that? Nobody knows if those people are under you or not. That's still your team. Oh my gosh, my team page, like I shared this with my team today. Nobody knows if those people are under you or they're your sidelines or your uplines. I learn things from my downline, like way more than I learn things from my uplines now. Like, I'm like, Caitlin, how do you do this? Like, what do you do? Caitlin, what message are you using? Allie, what are you doing? I don't know how to friggin' cold message. Like, that's the thing. Like, I learn more from my downline than I do, because things change. 3 years ago, it was just different. Like, I didn't have to cold message people. Now I'm like, if I don't cold message them, you know what? Somebody else is gonna. And it's going to be Allie.
I know. Every day I'm like, damn it, if I don't message people today, Allie's going to get to them first.
I know. I always felt so awkward about cold messaging, because I'm like, I never, to get
you got to triple without it.
Not one cold message. Never.
And I got to diamond because of it. It's so crazy. Everybody's so different.
Yeah, and then like Caitlin popped up diamond on my thing, and I'm like, well, who the hell is Caitlin Hoffman? Like, I didn't even know this girl just like did this all by herself. Like, just, I don't know how she learned, but she did, because her upline was crazy, and one of her uplines was nuts. And I was like, she doesn't even know how to go diamond, so how did this girl just go diamond? And she got on YouTube. She taught herself. She didn't even reach out to us. She didn't friggin' blame it on other people that she's lost rank. She doesn't blame other people. She just says, well, I didn't do the work. Just like me. I've been sitting at triple because I didn't do the work. As soon as I lost triple diamond, I was like, shoot, I should probably work. And I did work. Within 2 months, I had it back. But it's because I didn't do the work. Like, I know that. If you don't do the work, you're not getting paid to do the work. You're not going to promote. You're going to lose a promotion. And it's because you get lazy. Like, I'll be the first one to say, I've been so freaking lazy. And it just popped up in my head, like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Because Brian's like, I want to move into a big house. And I'm like, I don't. Because every kid that I have, I want a smaller house, because I'm the one doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
So I want a smaller house. Like, I don't need a big house. And he's like, I want a big house and a big yard. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't. Like, I'm so good where I'm at. I don't give a shit what my house looks like. I don't, today I think it was like 13 kids over. I had 13 children at my house today. And like, that's just like, I don't know. I just enjoy that. And I'm like, this is my job. This is what I do. Like, I think all of their moms were distributors. Yeah. All their moms were distributors, and everyone was just like, a neighbor of mine is a distributor, and the kids walking by, Tina, can we come over? I'm like, yeah, get your bathing suits. I'm like, this is my job.
And one other thing I want to bring up real quick is that, like, I think some people kind of get complacent in their business because they started this business. They just needed an extra $300 and they're good. But they don't want to do this full time. They really like their job. So they don't think that they need to promote higher to make more money, because they don't want to like be a work at home person. And I'm like, you know what? And I just saw Pam just shared it. This girl was a teacher and she just retired at 26 as a teacher, and she's going to use this business and the money she makes with it to go start her own school. So maybe you have bigger dreams. Maybe this business is what takes you to where you want to go. You can be an ambassador diamond and make over $30,000 a month, and maybe you don't want to stay home. That's fine. Go open up a salon and do whatever it is that you want to do, or put yourself through medical school and come out of there with no debt because your business from your phone is paid for and you've got the time to study. You don't have to be a stay-at-home person in this business. So what's stopping you?
I'm glad that you said that, because I'm just going to open up about this now. All right. I do not want to be a stay-at-home person forever. Like, once my kids are grown, I have my GIWs, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to finish, and I'm going to do something that I want to do. But that something leads me to, I want to be a teacher. Teachers don't get paid much, but they're passionate about what they do, and that's what matters. So for me, like, I want to be a teacher, but I also want to have the income that I have right now. So why would I stop my business to go to school to become a teacher? Why not build my freaking business as much as I possibly can? And once my kids are in school, go back to school and become a teacher. Like, I'm 28 years old. By the age of 40, I can be teaching. Like, I want to do, hold on one second. Oh my God. Sorry. I just got a text message. Guys, I'm a liar, okay? When kids are at my house, this is just like, all right, if you're a mom, you're going to love this. If they're at my house and they do something wrong and I say, okay, so-and-so, did you do this? And I know that they did. I'm going to say, let me see your tongue if they tell me no. And I'm like, your tongue is black. Do you know that that means that you lied to me? And they're like, my tongue is not black. I'm like, only moms can see tongues that are black. That means that you lied to me. You're going to need to sit in timeout. And I just got a message from my friend's husband. And he's like, Ricky just asked me if his tongue was black. I was like, oops, sorry.
That's a good one. I might have to use it.
So my kids think that their tongues are black, like, all the time. And then I'm the one, like, sitting here lying to them. But whatever. It works. So anyway, yeah, if their tongues are black and they look in the mirror and they're like, it's not black. And I'm like, you're not an adult. You can't see that. Okay, so anyways, I got that. I'm like, oops. But yeah, so I don't want to be at home forever. Like, I'm the type of person that needs to be, like, around kids. Like, I love being around children. And I want to be a teacher. Like, when I was going into nursing school, it wasn't because I wanted to help people. That was like and I was like, they get paid more than teachers do. So I went to nursing school. Mm-hmm. Because I was between a nurse and a teacher. And I'm like, a second grade teacher doesn't get paid much. And so I went with nursing. And I'm like, my heart is not in nursing. Especially after Anna got sick. I'm like, screw that. I'm not holding little kids down for freaking needles 24/7. Do it. I'm not doing it. And I just, like, that's not what I want to do. I want to be a teacher. So what did I do? I'm like crazy. I went to the YMCA, and my friends work at the Y, and I said, I want to work in Child Watch with these kids. And so I go and I work at Child Watch like a few hours a week. I think it's like 6 hours a week, to like be like, let my kids play with other kids, because I can bring my kids and they play with other kids. And I'm like, cool, I'll like work like for 2 hours and then I'll go work out, which like hasn't happened because I just get lazy and I want to go home. But one day I'll start like working out after. But I just need to be out of my house sometimes to like do things with my kids, and it's perfect. Like, we do arts and crafts. We get to, since I've been doing that and like getting them out of the house and around other kids, Anna's behavior has been amazing. The doctor recommended it to me, like, to go and, you know, do something like that. And I did. And she's been like so much better because she had never been around kids. And so that's what I mean by, like, you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom, dog mom, wife, husband, whatever, you know, whatever you are, you don't have to be at home. Like, I'm the type that I want to be doing like what I want to do. And if my kids drive me nuts, you can bet your ass we're going to be at the YMCA and they're going to be playing like with other kids.
This business is about freedom. It's freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do when you want to do it.
Exactly. And so some people come to me and be like, hey, can you work my shift here? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And like the other day I worked I worked and I bought everyone pizza. It was like $40. And they're like, Tina, like, you don't even make $40 here. What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't do this for the money. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I do it for the friendships. And they're like, you are insane. And like, it's all these like little like high school, I'm not saying like little, younger kids. And I'm like, 10 years older than them. And they're like, you are so weird. I'm like, I know, but here's a cookie. Like, here's a donut. And I go, like, so weird. And then one lady's like, I really need hours. And I'm like, here, you can have my hours. So like this morning I was supposed to work for a few hours. And she's like, I need hours. I'm like, here, you can have my hours. You need, they actually need the paychecks. And that's like scary because that's how I was. Like I needed, when I was in high school, when I graduated high school and I was in my first year of college before the Army, I worked at Mary Lou's, which was a coffee shop, a tanning salon, went to school full-time, and worked at Friendly's restaurant at night. 3 jobs and went to school full-time. And so that's where these girls are coming out of high school and they're like, I need more hours. And I'm like, you're only getting paid $9 an hour to do this. Here's my hours. Like, but I remember being that person needing that money because I was a student and I had no other income. So like I worked at a coffee shop and I made no money, but like if someone gave me hours, I was like, thank you so much. And so now I'm in the position to be like, I'll buy you pizza if it's that big of a deal. They're like, you don't have money to buy a donut. Like, I don't have money for that. And I'm like, oh my God. Like one girl came with like ramen noodles and I'm like, do you need me to buy you a sandwich? Like, I don't know. I'm like, just eat, please. I just, this is totally about freedom. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I have really bad anxiety and depression. So that is one of the reasons why, I started feeling like I got to get out of this house. I got to get my kids out of here. And so I was like, I got to do something. And that's when I, got this little stupid side job at the YMCA because I can take I literally sit in a rocking chair and nurse my baby. And I'm like, oh, yay, I get to play with more babies when they come. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I can do that because I don't have to put my kids into daycare and I don't have to, do something that I don't want to do and go and work at a restaurant at night while Brian puts the kids to bed so that I can make a couple $100 waitressing and waiting on freaking people hand and foot. Like that's not what I'm into. And so if I can, this is like what I need. And it's obviously
this business can be anything that you guys need it to be. It can literally can be whatever it is that you need it to be. You just have to decide what that is and then do the work.
And by do the work, that means you need to come to us and you need to be like, what am I doing? I need this promotion. I need this amount of money. Show me your chart. Show me who's on your team. Show me your volume. If you don't know how to do it, then you need to come to us and you need to say, listen, I don't even know how to do this. Can you teach me easily? Teach me how to do this. That's what we like. Okay. We like when you guys come to us with questions. We don't like I have a new distributor that signed up and I'm like, dude, she hasn't even talked to me. Like she's barely talking to me. And I'm like, I don't know. Like if she wanted it, she'd come to me, right? I'm not going to sit here and harass you. I make my own money.
So Tina, you guys is not our boss. She's nobody's boss. She is our equal. You guys are equal with Tina. Yes, she's a higher rank, but you guys could go presidential before her. Our job is to not babysit and do everything for you. It's telling you how it is that we've become successful, and then you can choose whether or not to follow that.
Because if you're not gonna, somebody else is gonna. Mm-hmm. So if you're on my chart as a diamond and you don't want to do the work to be a diamond, then I can just go like this. And I'll have somebody in your spot who wants to be diamond. Like it's not like I'm still gonna do the work. I'm gonna still enroll people. If that girl doesn't come to me, that's on her. I have another girl that just graduated and, she's super busy right now. And I'm like, I wish you would just, snap out of it and be like, this is time. And I'm like, well, that's another one that just like doesn't, she's not coming to me. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to chase you. I'm not, I'm going to do, if I sign more distributors or if I sign loyal customers, I'm going to be making the money, not you. I don't care if you don't make the money. I'm going to build somebody else. Like I'll wipe you right off my chart. I'm going to the top. You don't have to.
No.
Fine. That's your check, not mine.
I'm going with or without anybody. Like,
Exactly.
I'm going to be there. So decide if you're coming with me or not.
Exactly. I'll be on stage. You can be at home. That's fine. It's kind of like that mindset that I used to baby people, and I used to be like, you want this, you need this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bullshit. You'll come to me if you need this. You'll come to me if you want this. She sees people now realize it.
Oh, your kitten, her little kitty.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, there's babies too. I'm sorry. I'm like swearing. My kids are in bed. My filter. But yeah, so, I mean, if you're not going to do the work, then somebody else is going to. If you don't want that loyal customer, if you're not going to reach out to that person, Allie will. I'll tell you right now, Allie will. And if she doesn't, then Caitlin's gonna. Somebody's gonna. So if you know what I mean? Like, you can't sit back and be like, well, nobody wants this. Well, nobody wants it from you because you're negative. If you're negative, no one's going to want shit from you. And I can tell you right now, they're not going to join your team because no one's going to want your life. Keep being negative. Like, even when I get in my depressive state, like, I can tell that my business is going down because they're like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I don't want to do that. And then I'm like, I got to pull myself up. I need to post something inspiring. And so then I'm like, all right, what was holding me back? I didn't have my team page. I'm like, you know what? You know what made me a better leader? Having my team page. You know what I did? I opened my team page back up because I don't really give a shit what other people think. I'm over it. Some people told me, delete your team page. And I left it open because I wasn't going to delete it. And then I just started, I was enrolling, but my leadership was going down and I wasn't as close with my team. And I'm a very one-on-one kind of person. Like, and so when I lost my team page, I'm like, oh my God, how do I get a hold of everyone? Like, I was just like, I'm confused. And then finally yesterday, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I need to open this and we need to start June off strong and as a team. And you guys need to feel comfortable enough to go to your uplines. And like, that's me, that's Caitlin. And I don't know, you might have other uplines on here, but you should feel comfortable enough to like message us. And I mean, it's not like we're people. It's really not that serious.
And like, if there's one thing you guys can take away from this is that Tina's a triple diamond, you guys, and she's gone through so much crap in her life. She battles with depression. She's not perfect. Her business isn't perfect. She goes through stages, these slumps and these highs and these lows, and we all have a different journey, but we all go through the same things in our business, just at different times. She didn't get to triple diamond in 13 months because every single person she talked to said yes, because not a single person quit on her team. Like, it was not like this perfect journey for 13 months. We're not perfect in any shape or form.
Exactly. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, this is unlimited, huh?
It's been a little over an hour and 5.
Tina?
Yes?
I just want to say I want to go one-on-one with you.
Yeah. Then you better come to on the 10th.
I know. I know. It's $500.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
it's really. I know. I'm still trying.
I know.
You make that much in rap cash.
Oh,
but it doesn't matter. I still got bills to pay.
I know.
I might not be here though, so don't get.
Oh. Well, then I'm not gonna worry about it.
No, I was supposed to go to Ashley's that weekend. So okay. So that random girl that added me on Facebook is now like my best friend, and we're very close. And so now like our husbands are getting together that weekend. And they are like best friends, and they're like wicked gay and just love each other. And
it's Ashley Mirth, if you guys didn't know, for the newbies.
Ambassador upline, but they're like obsessed with each other. It's so funny. They're like the same person. And our husbands are they get along very well, and Ashley and I get along really well. So it's really strange that we met on social media, but you need to take advantage of, who is adding you on social media, and you need to be that inspiring person that adds other people, because if you're not, somebody else is going to. There's always somebody out there that needs you. that needs your help. So if you think that you can't help other people, well, you are off your rocker, because something you're going through, you're not the only person in the world. I'll tell you that right now. Shit is always harder for somebody else. So pull your head out of your asses, go work your business, and go make a paycheck that you want for this month, okay? Enjoy.
Love it. Does anybody have any questions for Tina? Don't be afraid.
I know, don't be afraid of me. If you haven't added me on Facebook, you're wrong. And if you haven't like personally talked, message me. I'm a person. I'm a real one. And I love helping people with their businesses. I don't care where anyone is, if they're on my chart, if they're not, it doesn't matter to me. You guys are my team, and I'm here to help you. Like, if you feel uncomfortable coming to me, you're crazy. So just, if you have any questions about your charting, or, you know, if Caitlin says something that you're like, I'm just not sure. If you're unsure of something, you can ask me. Like, I'm still your upline. It doesn't matter. Don't be weird. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for getting on. Let me stop the recording.